Almost 2 years after discovering my wife's infidelity and involving the police last year in May, the affair partner has resurfaced. My wife, 30 years old, confided in me that she had met him at a friend's birthday party in January. Initially, she claimed they only engaged in conversation during the party, and she had no intentions of maintaining contact. However, he obtained her number from her friend and persistently pursued her, eventually convincing her to go for coffee. The situation escalated, leading to multiple encounters at his place over the course of several weekends. Prior to uncovering the extent of her involvement, I stumbled upon a pregnancy test box that she had concealed at the bottom of the garbage. This prompted me to confront her, despite having undergone a vasectomy. She broke down in tears, admitting to the affair and assuring me that it had ended weeks prior. The emotional turmoil has been overwhelming. As she continues to grapple with the aftermath of her actions, she expressed regret and vowed to do whatever it takes. Her anxiety escalated to the point of having a panic attack, leaving me puzzled as to why she would jeopardize our marriage if she didn't intend to harm it. I insisted on seeing evidence that she had ended the affair, and she eventually showed me the final messages, which indicated she had informed the other person that she could no longer continue. That night, consumed by anger, I turned to alcohol to cope as sleep seemed impossible. The following day, she stuck by my side, but my fury demanded space. I retreated to my father's house for about a month. During this time, she reached out daily, sending heartfelt poems and love letters. Meanwhile, I drove past her residence to confirm her presence, demonstrating that I still cared. After the month apart, I agreed to return home and embark on the journey of reconciliation under certain guidelines. She agreed to have a GPS tracking app on her phone to provide her location at all times. While this approach may seem extreme, it was a measure I deemed necessary due to the breach of trust, unsure of how else to mend our relationship. She complied willingly with the conditions, displaying no resistance, and appeared committed to rebuilding our connection. I'd be happy to help with that. I'd edited nothing more than to want to fix this. 1 year later, I can say we have been closer than ever, and I realized some of my own shortcomings. Not to excuse what she did, but I think we reached a point where we are both happy and satisfied. Of course, I will maybe always hold a grudge, knowing that she had an affair, but when we are both happy, I seem to be able to keep that grudge in the very back of my mind and just accept that what happened happened. It's best to not dwell on it. Now, last week, she told me that her affair partner messaged her, asking how she was doing. She did not reply. He texted her again, asking, "Miss me?" She told me about the texts and didn't reply to him. I got very angry that he was texting my wife, and I already knew what he wanted. I texted him from my phone, telling him to get lost. I used much harsher and semi-threatening words. He replied, "Oh really? Scared I'll play your wife again." She said, "You had a small day," and I became so freaking angry. I threw my phone up against the wall. My wife insists that she did not make those comments and believes the individual is upset because she rejected him. I am torn on what to believe, so I decided to block his number. However, I then received a message on Facebook from an unknown contact. It turned out to be him using a fake account, and he sent me a photo of my wife at what seems to be his place, sitting on his couch. He proceeded to share a video with me, although I was reluctant to watch it. Unfortunately, I did, and it was a distressing video of my wife performing a sexual act on him. I couldn't bear to watch more than a few seconds, and it left me feeling utterly devastated. I feel like all the progress we had made in our relationship has been erased. The mere thought of what she did makes it difficult for me to look her in the eyes. I acknowledge that I was aware of the situation before, but seeing it unfold in front of me has left me feeling embarrassed and stripped of my masculinity. I have taken action by contacting the authorities and they are currently investigating the individual. I have been informed that he may face charges for defamation and harassment. Need to understand what is damaged and who is responsible for the damage before you can start to repair it. If a fair partner has forced her to anything, then please ignore my post. You're an investor whose investment has already lost him 1 million, but is persuading himself that it's going to come back around and end in the green because he's already invested too much and doesn't want to admit he lost. My wife cheated 6 times. Music. Now for the second story. My wife of 12 years has cheated 6 times. My wife and I have been married for 12 years, and we have a 9-year-old son together. Everything was great for the first 6 years until she started cheating. Her infidelity started small with her flirting with guys over Facebook Messenger, and that progressed into sexting with them. After about a year of the sexting is when she physically cheated with a guy she met through Facebook. At the time, I trusted her 100%, and when she met this guy, she asked me if I was okay with them hanging out. She was a stay-at-home mother without many close friends, which didn't bother me until I received a message from another man's girlfriend. She suspected that her boyfriend and my wife were involved in a secret relationship because she discovered a condom wrapper in the trash, indicating they were not using protection. Confronting my wife, she claimed the wrapper was planted by the guy to incite his girlfriend to break up with him. This turned out to be a lie, and upon learning the truth, my wife tearfully pleaded for forgiveness. Despite taking a break to stay with family, we eventually reconciled. Our relationship seemed to improve for about a year until she began seeing an ex-boyfriend behind my back. The truth came out when he became upset after she refused to leave me for him, prompting him to confess everything to me. The third instance of cheating involved a gas station clerk near our home. I discovered my wife's infidelity when I found a positive pregnancy test hidden in our bathroom. This happened despite our lack of intimacy for over a year due to her cheating. The man who impregnated her threatened her to have an abortion, but she suffered a miscarriage instead. It later came to light that there were 2 other men involved before I learned about the 6th guy just a month ago. What stings the most is not the physical aspect of her interactions with these men, but the emotional involvement she had with them, professing love, planning futures, and even discussing marriage and children. It was not just physical. She was in deep relationships with them. Many of the men eventually ended things with her upon realizing she would not leave me. Despite multiple attempts to end the relationship, she pleads with me to stay every time, even when presented with divorce papers filled out and ready to go. I acknowledge my foolishness for still being with her. I reluctantly offered to remain married to her and provide support just to distance myself from her. However, despite my intentions to leave, she pleaded with me to stay. She professes her love for me and insists that I am the only one she wants, but her actions reveal otherwise. The fact that we have a child together complicates matters significantly. I apologize for the lengthy post. I'm uncertain why I chose to share this, since I already know what I must do. Nonetheless, venting feels somewhat comforting. In response to the top comments, it could be argued that she is no longer truly unfaithful to you. Rather, you are in an unbalanced, open relationship that you are permitting by staying. It seems clear that she is aware there are no consequences for her actions, which is why she may not alter her behavior. I agree, OP, you must gather the courage to end things. It is possible that she remains with you primarily for financial stability. It sounds like these individuals are merely temporary distractions for her. If you are unwilling to leave her, then it is essential to stop allowing yourself to be treated like a pushover. It's important to regain her respect and stop allowing her to take advantage of you. It appears that she has manipulated you into accepting a situation where your dignity, values, and self-worth are compromised. By allowing her to continue cheating without consequences, you are enabling her behavior. As the primary source of income, you are inadvertently facilitating her actions. It's possible she may not even make an effort to conceal her infidelity anymore, showing a lack of respect for you. Leaving a partner who has been unfaithful is a difficult decision, as it is a situation where no one truly wins. While you may have strong feelings for your wife, it is crucial to assess how much you value your own self-respect. Recognizing her manipulative behavior is the first step towards understanding the reality of the situation. I will always be doing this. It is time to elevate to DEFCON 3 and launch that ICBM. Many of the men ended things with her because they realized she would never leave me. This is not accurate. Most of the men likely ended things because they did not want a partner who seemed too dependent and easy to be with, and they may have sought someone who offered more of a challenge. You need to remove those rose-colored glasses, and see the situation for what it truly is. Wishing you the best of luck. I mention this not because it reflects my beliefs, but because during one of the times she pleaded with me not to leave, she showed me messages from 3 men who explicitly mentioned that. Now on to the next story. My girlfriend cheated on me 5 months into our relationship. I, a 22-year-old male, had been dating this girl, a 21-year-old female, for nearly 3 years, but we only made our relationship official in March 2018. During the summer of 2018, we were in a long-distance relationship while I was working in another country for 2 months. Fast forward. We have a very strong relationship, and things seem to be going great. Also, I thought. She was always quick to introduce me to her family and friends and kept talking about building a life together, getting married, and having children. All of this gave me no reason to distrust her, as every aspect of our relationship seemed perfect. However, recently, she was talking about how she often goes and smokes weed with a guy that lives near her and told me that they used to hook up back before she met me. I found this very suspect, and when given an opportunity, looked through her phone to read the messages between them. I know this is sleazy, but something really did seem suspect. Lo and behold, I see that they've been hooking up while I was overseas in the summer of 2018. This was 6 months after we made things official. I don't think they've hooked up since. The chat logs got more infrequent after November 2018, but they still smoke together occasionally. I'm just left so confused. She always seems. I am heavily invested in our relationship. I'm unsure if this incident was a one-time occurrence during a period of uncertainty in our relationship because her recent behavior has not raised any concerns. She has been open with me, allowing me to check her phone whenever I wanted, expressing excitement during our dates, showing genuine interest in meeting my family, and more. I am at a loss as to what steps I should take. Ending the relationship would not only mean losing her, but also severing ties with a significant portion of my social circle, which includes some close friends I value. I have not discussed this with her yet to handle the situation thoughtfully. How should I proceed? Can this relationship be salvaged? As for the top advice, it is advised not to consider marriage with this person. 6 months into a relationship typically falls within the honeymoon phase, where intense feelings and excitement are expected. If she engaged in inappropriate behavior during this phase, it raises concerns about potential future actions 12 years into a marriage, when the routine has settled in. It's common to notice small irritations, like how your partner chews their food or arranges items in the dishwasher. These behaviors can reveal underlying issues. If your partner isn't being honest with you and offers excuses instead of open communication, it may indicate a lack of respect for the relationship. Pay attention to actions rather than just words. If your partner's actions show a lack of consideration and honesty, it's important to recognize your own self-worth and consider whether you deserve better. Trust your instincts and don't ignore red flags, such as still maintaining a close relationship with someone they have cheated with. Open and honest communication is key in any relationship to address concerns and rebuild trust. Know it's difficult since you've got so much invested, friends. But being young and spending your life with someone who cheats and lies so easily means trust will never be there. It's your decision. But if you stay, don't be surprised when she betrays you again. I'm sorry for you, my friend. As others have pointed out, you should still be honeymooning at 6 months. And if she still occasionally smokes with him, chances are they also still occasionally sleep together. You may worry about losing 70% of your friends if you leave someone who is cheating on you. But if they do leave your life, maybe they weren't good friends to begin with. That's all for this video. If you have thoughts to share, please leave a comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for updates on my latest posts. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.